All right, I'm going to show you how to pull a highlight from a regular game and put it into a highlight film. Okay, so I'm going to do it as though I'm Mia Saffer, pulling a highlight of myself and putting it into a highlight film for me to ship off to a college or just to make my own highlight film. All right, so I'm going to go to the game videos and I'll start watching a game and just kind of look for myself doing well. So let's say I picked the last Legends game from the last tournament here, and I would just watch it to see when I do well. I've already kind of found a little spot here where Mia does a nice pre-fake. So I'm watching the game as Mia. I'm noticing, okay, do I do anything well? And I go, okay, well, there's a nice pre-fake. All right, so I want to highlight that. Okay, so I'm going to go to where it says clips. I'm going to go ahead and hit create clip around that time that she did that nice pre-fake. So the clip is up here. So I'm kind of done with this part of the game right now, and I'm just going to focus on trimming this clip here. So it saved my clip by hitting create clip, and now I can watch that clip over and over again and trim it as needed. Okay, and it caught it pretty good. Maybe I want to expand it out a little bit, see a little bit more of a development of the play. I'll also have a chance to trim it later. But I basically just want to capture the highlight. That's all I'm doing. I'm creating a clip. Okay. So now that I have my clip, I'm going to hit this little star that says highlight. And I'm basically going to send this clip to my highlight editor. So I'll watch it a couple times to see if I caught it right. It looks like, ooh, okay, I didn't catch it quite right here. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up a little bit so I get a little bit more of the play developing. Okay, so I can shorten the clip, I can lengthen it. I lengthened it a little bit there. So I got a little bit of the build up. Maybe I'm going to shorten up the end of it a little bit here. Okay, so that looks pretty good in terms of how long the clip is. If I want to do a spotlight, okay, I can do a spotlight. So this little marker here will drag the clip, and I'm going to go ahead and set my marker there for her so that when she comes into the screen, maybe I'll pull it over a little bit more so that the coach or whoever's watching it knows where to focus their eyes. You also have the ability to put text on it, but most of you probably aren't going to want to put text. Okay, so trimming and spotlighting is probably the most basic things you probably want to do. So get the text out of there. Okay, so I have a nice highlight made. I'll go ahead and publish this highlight. I don't need to send it to anything. I just want to keep it in my highlights section. Okay, so highlight created for Mia Saffer. Okay, so I've created a clip and I've made a highlight out of it. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to exit this. And I could pull multiple clips if I want to, but let's just say I'm happy and I'm ready to go ahead and start making my highlight film. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this regular game. Okay, and I'm going to go to, you would think you would go to highlights, but you actually go to your name and then click your highlights. Okay, and so then I have all of these highlights are of just Mia. And you say, wow, she's made a lot of highlights. Well, when I, as the coach, tag you in a highlight, it will make highlights for you. So that's actually a shortcut to finding highlights. The bad news is I don't tag every game right away, so you might be waiting for a while. So you can make your own highlights, or you could look through the highlights that I've already created and tagged you in. Okay, so let's say we want to create a highlight film now. So this is a brand new highlight film starting from scratch. So there's lots of things like theme and stuff like that, but I'm just going to show you how to basically start putting clips in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the addition button. I'm going to go ahead and add some video clips. Okay, so as you can see, Mia's got 10 highlights because I had already tagged the Legends game. So Mia has quite a few clips there. but I believe this is the clip, and you can always hover over. Yeah, there it is. So that's the clip that I just created. So let's say I want to put this clip in. Maybe I want to put a couple other clips. Let's just say I was happy with those that Coach made. Okay, so it'll put my 3 clips that I just added, and they're in there. I can even go find other clips from other games. Again, these were already created clips that Coach made, but they could also be clips that you make on your own, and you'll just see them organized by game. Maybe you want to go all the way back to the Forest game last year. Oh, that was a really good play there, where Mia started the counter attack to a goal. Okay, so I want to add that clip. Add that. Okay, so as you can see, you're starting to build a highlight film with multiple clips from multiple games. And then you can start kind of doing some of the fun stuff. You can change the theme. Lots of different colors. You can add videos, obviously, but you might want to also add a title slide. So we would call this Mia's highlight film. Jake will probably have an idea as to if you're supposed to put your graduating class or whatever you might want to tag for an actual coach. But I'll just go ahead and put that for now. And so now I have this. I'm going to go ahead and slip this to the front. I just drag it. And then I'll maybe add some music here. Again, you could ask Jake if you're supposed to put music for coaches. I would assume probably not. But let's just say you want to put some music in. Okay, and you see that this music is spanning it down there. And so then when I'm ready, I can go ahead and publish. I'm welcome to publish it, and then I can always go back and edit it later as well. But as far as right now, I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, I'm good for today. Put my title here. Again, whatever Jake says to title is probably best. All right. And it will probably take a while for the highlight to render. You can check and see if it's playable right now. It says it's still processing, but eventually it'll be up and ready for you to go, and then you can share that highlight as needed. Okay, so that's the basics of creating a highlight film. You can watch this multiple times, but you guys are also probably able to just figure it out on your own through exploration. But I'll post this video so you guys can go back and look at it if you want.